Hey mathematicians, this is Mr. Hatch, and today you're going to be taking a quizzes. For your quizzes, here's a couple reminders. Make sure that we are not just selecting a guess and moving on to the next question. We're going to make sure that we're taking the time to work out our problem, find the solution, and then we will select the answer that we got. It should not take us just a couple seconds to complete these problems, but a couple minutes or more. So let's go ahead and get started with an example problem here. Here's how you can set up a quizzes problem without your graphic organizer. So here we have 3,879 divided by 6. So that means that I am going to go ahead and set up my problem to look something like this. I have a dividend of 3,879, and I have a divisor of 6. Okay, well now my goal is to think about how many times can 6 go into 3,879 without going over? Well, can it go in 1,000 times? No, it cannot, because if we thought about having 6 friends and giving them each 1,000, that would be a total of 6,000. It's too many. I could give them 100 each, but that would not be a very big number. That's only 600. So we're looking for something in the middle. Well, we can think about our times table. Let's take a look at our multiplication times table here. And this is a resource available for you on your Google Classroom assignment, so use this on your quizzes. So if we look at our 6 times table over here, let's look for a number that is close to 38. And I'm going to talk about why we're going to look for a number that's close to 38 in a second. But let's look for a number that is close to 38 as possible without going over. Here I see 6 times 6 equals 36. Okay, that's close to 38. So let's think about it. If we know that 6 times 6 equals 36, then that means that 6 times 600 equals 3,600. Now this is because we know that if we add zeros onto the end of one number, those zeros can be added onto the end of another number, which means if we have 6 times 600, then we can go ahead and take a look at 6 times 6 and know that that is the same as adding 2 zeros onto the end of 36. We're just changing the place value. So now we know that 6 times 600 is 3,600. So I know that my partial quotient is going to be 600. And I'm going to subtract 3,600 from my dividend. After I subtract, I wind up with 279. Well, let's see. If I'm trying to figure out how close I can get to 279, I'm going to look at how close I can get to 27 with my 6 times table here. Well, I see that 6 times 4 is 24, and that's as close as I can get to 27. So that means that if 6 times 4 equals 24, then 6 times 40 equals 240. 24 and add the 0 from the 40. So our partial quotient here is 40. We're going to subtract 240 to wind up with 39. Well, I know that 6 times 6 is 36. I know that 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to use 6 as my partial quotient. I'm going to plug in 36, subtract, and wind up with 3. To find my final answer, I'm going to add together my partial quotients to get 646, remainder 3. That's a quick example problem, friends, of how we can set up a problem from quizzes to work out our problem like we would with a graphic organizer, but without the graphic organizer. Good luck on your quizzes. Take your time, and I will see you all soon. Bye, friends.